Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the Modern Mumbo Jumbo. You're in for a treat, let me just say, because today's episode is juicy. And I know you can tell from the title that it's about God, but it's way more than that. This episode is the kind of stuff that I never thought I would share publicly. First of all, I never thought I would experience it to have something to tell you about, but I never thought I would be sharing this publicly. But I honestly had to, because this is what this podcast is. It's honest and it's real. So here I am. Well, before we get started, check it out. I'm a pineapple. But it's okay, because look, like, you can see the mask and you can see me. It's okay. This is real. But I had to get this out there, okay? Actually, you know what? I took this off because I was gonna take a nap, and I'm gonna put this on because I don't know, I want to. Okay, so this episode is about me touching God. And not even in the sense where we're like, oh, I feel connected to the source, I feel connected to the universe, I feel God is beside me and all that. Yes, love that for me, love that for you. But I touched God in the sense that I became God for a moment. Like me, like literally me, metaphorically, cosmically, physically, I was God. And I know, let me catch you up, okay? You're like, what is she talking about? Okay, so this is how it happened. I took magic mushrooms for the first time, and oh my god, oh, it's a juicy episode. I'm actually so excited. Okay, but yeah, let me tell you about why I did it. So I've always felt that I was different from everybody else. Like something was just not matching up with everybody else. But I felt a little bit special, but I couldn't say, or I couldn't tell you what it was because I couldn't put my finger on it. But one of the things that I always felt a little bit different, one of the things, like, I don't know the whole picture, but one of the things was that I've always been so crazy about self-development, self-growth, and more than that, just like trying to find out the truth. Like, I have this hunger for the truth, to figure out, to find out how things work and why they work like that. Okay, can we just take a second for my fake tattoos, my temporary tattoos? This one is coming off, but I love it still. And this one, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Wait, what? This one also started coming off, but it's so cute. Okay, anyways. Back to my point. I've always had this hunger for truth. I want to know how things work and why they work that way. And just like how the whole system works. Okay, does that make sense? Like how the whole system of how the system works. I want to go to the behind the scenes of everything. And I've been doing a lot of that. But like at a very, very slow pace all my life. But in the last almost 2 months, it has gotten to a point where it's like I'm a new person almost every single day. Brand new person. You'll get to see what I mean more in the coming episodes. But basically, I said yes to psychedelics. Actually, let me not say that, because like I've only tried mushrooms yet, okay? But it's been a journey. So I know that the whole culture, the whole culture of psychedelics is portrayed in the media, or in the culture, that it is to get high or to have a good time or to escape. that was not me. I don't want to escape. I don't want, like, I don't want to get high, but I did want to know the truth. I wanted to know myself, and so that was my reason for taking it. And again, it was not to get high, it was not to have a good time, and also I am not condoning it. I'm not telling you to do it, I'm not telling you not to do it, I'm not saying anything, okay? This is just me sharing my experience, okay? So yeah, let me just get into it. So I took it. I took the smallest dose, 1 capsule, psilocybin 100 milligrams, which is like 0.1 grams. It's like the tiniest thing, okay? Like, you won't be tripping in that, like, dose. You won't be tripping. It'll be more like a vibe shift. But it was my first time, and because I'm super sensitive to these things, and by these things I don't mean psychedelics or mushrooms or anything, I mean I'm like very spiritually attuned, or have gotten so in the last little bit. Anyways, so it knew where to go. Even the tiniest dose knew where to go. So it started off, by the way, you have seen me. I lose my train of thought so easily. By the way, look at my boots. Okay, so that's why I have a doc open on my laptop behind my phone, just with key points, so I don't miss out on anything, and I can just come back if I lose my train of thought. So I took it. The effects, I guess, are supposed to last from anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Mine started off, I took it at about 1:30 p.m. And within like an hour, I was a little bit more calm. My skin was cold. I went to the washroom, and the floor of the washroom was tilted, like it wasn't even. That was my first sort of sign. And then I had a slight echo in my ears, and sounds and voices seemed to be kind of coming from far away. And that was just me like, okay, it's working. But then it started to get real. I had space between my thoughts. And I just want to make it clear, if you are listening to this and you have no idea what any of this means, if you don't know what I mean by space between my thoughts, I get it, excuse me. I get it, because before I experienced it, these were abstract things to me. If somebody had told me I have space between my thoughts, I would be like, what does that even mean? I don't know. But I had space between my thoughts. Like, I would think, for example, oh, the chair is pink, and then there would be silence until my next thought. And I was very aware of that silence in between my thoughts. So there was space in between my thoughts, that's what I mean. And then there was also the slightest delay in registering things, but it wasn't noticeable to others. That's how slight it was, but I was aware of it. So it's like I'm looking at the phone, and then it takes me, a moment to think about what I'm looking at and why I'm looking at it and all that. So it was like a slight delay, like a lag. And I was like, yeah, okay, it's working. And I like this space between my thoughts. And then I didn't want to do anything suddenly. Like, I just laid on the couch, and then that's when the joy hit. Just like the stupid joy for no reason at all. My sister was asking, are you okay? Like, why are you laying on the sofa right now? And I was like, couldn't stop giggling. I could not stop giggling. By the way, you have to tune in for the next episode, because at this point you're probably like, oh, shrooms, it's a fun escapey thing, it's fun, it'll make you laugh and stuff. But no, that was not my experience for the second capsule. So just putting it out there, you have to tune in for the second one. Anyways, so yeah, I was giggling, and then suddenly I'm like, I want to listen to Baby Shark. So you guys don't know this, but I love Baby Shark. And I'm always just singing it. I'm always humming it. But that day I was like, I want to listen to it. So I put it on loop for an hour. And I was just like, that was okay. After that came like my, I guess you can call it first remembering. And that was, I was just like happy, joyful for no freaking reason. And it was so freeing. Okay, not just the happy, the giggly part, but just in general. Like even when I was not giggling, I was so free. And by free, I mean like I was in this like floaty state where I felt like I was floating. And the thoughts that I have, first of all, they have space in between them. But even more so, the thoughts that I am having, they're less. And the ones that I'm having, they're not real. Like not, sorry, never mind, not real. But they're not serious. They felt like jokes. And my favorite experience from this stage was the carefree thing. I was so carefree, not careless in like a reckless sense, but I was just so carefree in the freedom way. And I was not overthinking that. I was carefree about being carefree. And oh my gosh, it's the best feeling ever, where you're like nothing that isn't supposed to matter to you matters to you. It's so good. So that was my first excusez-moi, that was my first taste of freedom. And then I realized that I felt like I was outside of my choices. So let me give an example. Like let's say I am just like a stupid example. Okay, let's say I have to pee. What would I do normally? Just get up, go pee. Okay, but then I felt like, oh, I have this thought that I have to pee. Okay, so there's no automatic thing that I'm gonna go pee. I'm outside standing and I can see choice 1, go pee. Choice 2, go pee later. Choice 3, holding it like that. And I was free to choose between the choices. And like it wasn't just automatic. Like I wasn't already inside the automatic choices, and I just had to go along and not even be aware of what I'm doing, or that I am making a choice, or that I had other options. So this was really freeing. And the second thing I realized about these choices was that there was no guilt or shame. There was no right or wrong. Like so I'll give you like another example that maybe makes more sense. Like let's say I have a thought, oh, I'm laying down. So this did not happen, but I'm just illustrating the example of how it worked. Okay, so there was no right or wrong. So let's say I'm laying down and I have this thought, oh, I have a lot of laundry to do still. So I would see choice 1, freak out about it. Choice 2, like just relax, right? Like freak out and be like, oh my gosh, why am I laying down? Why am I resting when I have so much work to do? Choice 2, just chill. Think it over. It's not that big of a deal. The world's not gonna end if you just lay on the couch for a minute or two more and get up later to do the laundry, okay? But the thing I realized is, yes, first of all, I realized I have choices before just freaking out or not freaking out. Like I could literally choose in like a micro moment, okay? And the second thing was that there was no bias or guilt or shame about it. There was no, sorry, the word I'm looking for is judgment. There was no judgment. Like if, let's say I'm looking at the choices for the laying down instead of doing laundry, I can very easily pick freaking out. And I know when we talk about freaking out versus something else, it's like freaking out is like the lesser of the options, the negative one, or you shouldn't be going for that, right? Or something we're trying to avoid. But in that moment, like I could just pick it if I wanted to. Forget the reasons why I would want to pick freaking out about not doing laundry, right? But I could pick it, and there was no judgment. It was just choice one, choice two. They were equal. They did not hold any charge. They were not bad or good or better or worse. They just were choices, and I could just pick it. That was mind-blowingly freedom. Like, I would never have thought of it like that, but oh my gosh, it was so good. Let me just look at the thing. What was the next thing? Yeah. So the second, kind of remembering the second wave that hit me when I was just like on the couch listening to Baby Shark, and I was like, suddenly, I want to eat nuggets. I want to eat chicken nuggets from Popeyes. So guess what I just did? I just ordered them online. And for the first time in my whole life, I had a meal with absolutely no overthinking, absolutely no shame, absolutely no guilt, absolutely no sadness, absolutely no judgment. There was nothing there. I did not feel bad about the nuggets. I did not think, oh my gosh, it's gonna ruin my diet. First of all, who's dieting? Not me. I didn't think, oh, but they're too oily, they're too greasy, oh, but it's fast food. None of that. And that also blew my mind, because I was very aware that, oh, there's a lack of that thing, and that I don't have any feelings about it. But the second thing was that when I ordered it, I wasn't just like neutral about the food, but I was very neutral about money. I had absolutely no feeling. I didn't think, oh, but damn, $30. It wasn't 30, but you know, get the point. But damn, $30. I can just make myself a sandwich at home. Or, oh my gosh, it's gonna take so long to come. Or, oh, you know, now I have to tip the driver, and then there's delivery fee and all that. None of that. Also blew my mind, because honestly, I used to do that before, like a lot, like all the time. Like, that was just my go-to default thing. That's one of the things that psilocybin does. It interrupts your like go-to things, like automatic responses, how you usually just automatically work. It's called the default mode network in your brain, I think. You know, we're not gonna get into the science and biology of that, but you get what I'm saying. So it was really freeing. And yeah, that was my that was my third thing. I'm like, damn, I don't feel anything about money. I don't feel good about it, and I don't feel bad about it. I just have no feelings. And oh my gosh, if somebody had told me like this part of no feelings, I'd be like, how is it even possible to not have feelings about something? But yeah, it's possible now, and I get it, and it's so good. And then I had the meal, and then I got sleepy. I wanted to take a nap, so I just laid on the couch where I was, and I put on my earbuds, and I put on like a very calm, what would you call it, like music, not song, but like music that makes you feel like you're floating. It was like the perfect thing. I had found it just that day, and I put that on, and I knew I was gonna fall asleep because I wanted to take a nap. But you know, the space between where you want to fall asleep and then you fall asleep. Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting tired. Hold up. In that moment, ow, my blanket, my phone is asleep. In that time, I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, just chill out here. But it was the best experience of my whole life, because in between is when I met myself. It was like another remembering. Excusez-moi. And when I say I met me, I met the real me. Like the one, how would I describe it? The one who holds everything, you know? Like the one who has been holding the line this entire time. The one who has been keeping me kind of in place to not let go and just stay. The one, not even me staying, like she is the one who stayed for me. She's the one who kept me. She's the flame holder, if you will. She's the archive. And everything that I've gone through, I've experienced in life so far, she was the witness. And I didn't know this until, like, I guess I was like consciously aware of it. But oh God, we have this need to be witnessed. It's just a thing there, okay? We want to be witnessed, and that desire is sacred. It's not being too needy, it's not being selfish or selfless, it's not being, you know, all the things that we label these days, like, oh, be independent, you know, you don't need anybody else, you can't count on anybody else. It's not even about other people, it's a fact. We want to be witnessed. Doesn't matter for what reason, doesn't matter when, it's just a thing. We want to be witnessed. Because we are beings, we're consciousness, and we want to be witnessed, whether it be other people, it be ourselves, it be God, it be whatever, you just, you know, we want to be witnessed. So she was the witness of me all along, me becoming, me unraveling, me just falling apart, me choosing, just, she was the witness. And she was the guardian of me. And I cannot describe that love, this feeling that I felt. It was just amazing. And then I saw or felt, whatever you want to call it, that, like, so I was like sleepy too, so I don't really know who was in the middle or what was in the middle. But it was like, imagine, like, how would, like, you know, when you look at a flower and it's got like the, what do you call the middle part that has the pollen and everything? I think I'm right. Might not be, but you get the point, right? The middle part, I think it's even in sunflowers or something, where there's like a middle part, and then all the other seeds or whatever, they're just like placed around it in a circle. So, like, imagine that, right? So it was like that. I don't know who was in the middle, but it was like all versions of me, from all lives, all timelines, all possibilities, all of them were hugging each other. So I don't know who was in the middle, maybe me, I don't know who, but like, we were all like, it's like if I hug you, right, and then there's somebody else hugging this person too, and then somebody hugs me from behind, and then somebody hugs them from behind. It was like that in a giant circle. Oh, it was so freaking good. That was really healing. So we were just like all hugging, and then I saw that, like, outside of us, so imagine like we're in like a field or something and we're doing this group hug, and then the outside, on the outside, imagine like the stadium is the word. So imagine like we're in the middle of the stadium, and then on the outside, not necessarily on benches and, you know, elevated platforms, but just like on the outside, guess who's watching us? All of existence, all of creation, every single thing that has ever existed, every person who has ever existed was watching us. Gosh, I'm getting emotional. Is watching us doing this group hug. And then guess who joins? They all join in. So like this whole, everything is in that hug. Everything is hugging itself and others. It's the most freaking beautiful thing ever. And then just when you think, oh, this can't get any better, guess what? It got better. I met God. I met the source. And you can't describe that feeling, you can't describe that love. But wait, it gets even better. I became God. I became the source. I was, like me, I was God. Him or her, it, whatever. I was God. And in that moment, the only two ways I can describe, actually one way, I'll now tell you the other thing that I was thinking. The one way that I can describe is being home. And the word home, it encompasses so many things that you cannot comprehend it. You can only feel it. The home of home of home of home of home of home, as far back as you can go. It's like every feeling, every word, every love thing you can imagine is in there, in this home. And I'm back home. And oh my gosh, it was so good. And then it got even better. I felt, because now I was God, right? I was the source. I felt, I knew, I understood why everything is how it is. Why God split. Why the source wanted to spark into existence of consciousness to experience him herself. Why she wanted to do it at all. Because all this time before then I've been thinking, okay, well, I get it, you know, to experience all her, gosh, to experience herself, to know herself, she did it, right? But like, there's gotta be more than that. Like, why, right? Like, I was like, okay, so I'm having, you know, I'm having to pay my bills, and I'm having to go through depression at the same time, and still expected to, you know, show up at different events and school, all because God wanted to know himself. So he just split into little parts to forget, and then go through stuff, and then remember, and then just like, but it made sense in that moment. It made so much sense. And the reason why it made sense is because when I merged with God, when I was God, that feeling of being home, the euphoria was worth it. Fuck, it was worth everything. It was worth all the heartbreaks that you can imagine, all the pain that has ever existed, all the forgetting. Not just that, but like, god damn, it was worth everything. Everything. And I understood why. Because that love in the beginning, or whatever, there's nothing, but you get the point. Like, that love is just so big that it could not just stay there, just be there. It could not contain itself. So it had to become. It had to exist. It has to have consciousness. And the only closest sort of example that I can give you, what do you call that word when you're comparing two things? Example? God, what is it called? Okay, it'll come to me. Wait, actually, I'm gonna Google it. Example sentence. The only... Oh, come on. The only... You're gonna have to bear with me. I'm giving examples. The only sample, no. Illustration. What is it like? Like, you know the word where you're like comparing this to this? It's like... Okay, I'll just cut this part out, because then this is gonna take a while. I know we're equally invested into this, and I know you guys could probably tell what I was trying to say here, but I couldn't. Yeah, and now I just asked ChatGPT because Google was no help. And the word, get this, the word is analogy. Okay, it's not gonna come to me right now. Maybe I'll just add it in. I'll edit it in later. Okay, so the only example I can give you is, think about laughing. What is laughing? It's like when there's just so much joy inside you that you cannot contain it, and it bursts out, it explodes out of your body, out of your being, and it becomes laughter, and you're like ha ha ha. It turns into like sound or voice that goes out of, like, it's like that. And I understood why things had to exist, why God had to split, and it was so fucking beautiful. Like, oh no, there are no words for that. But the point is, it was fucking worth it. It was worth everything. Everything that you can imagine is worth it. And while I was falling asleep, I also, oh yeah, so before that, while I was falling asleep, when there was the group hug thing, I was like, wait, so if I am here, all versions of me are here, and then I am God, and then all of existence is watching this group hug, and they're happy, and they're watching in awe and in love and in happiness, then who was that thing that was keeping me from my goals and what I want and all that? And I'm like, damn, fuck, nobody, man. Nobody was keeping me from my stuff. There is nobody who is blocking me. There's nobody who doesn't want me to win. There's nobody against me. Nothing is against me. There is not even a system against me. It is me, because I am the goddamn system. It's me. I was on a hamster wheel all this time, and the plot twist is that I am the one who made the hamster wheel, and I'm the hamster wheel, and I'm the wheel, and I'm the hamster. I'm just everything. So that came, and that was like liberating, because I'm like, oh damn, okay, so it's just me, which is a good thing, because now I can get out of my way and stop blaming others and waiting for something external of me to fix it so that I can get what I want and do what I want and all that. And then and then sleep came, and gosh, I dreamt a lot, but I don't remember a thing from there, honestly. I don't remember anything I dreamt. I don't remember anything at all. All I know is that I had a lot of dreams. There was a lot of processing or whatever going on, and there was a lot of integration. But by the way, can we talk about the word integration? My whole life I went thinking it's integration. And then today, while I was typing out the points for a rough outline, it kept correcting me. I'm like, wait, integration, not integration? Nobody told me. So yeah, in the dreams there was a lot of integration going on, but I don't remember anything. Like, I can remember after I woke up. And then after I woke up, about an hour of a nap, I guess the effects started to slowly disappear. And excuse me, and then that's where the craving hit. And now that I think back on it, damn, I was craving something that I thought was a craving, and it was like, and because like all of this was going away, I was like judging myself so hard. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I forget my reason? Am I becoming like an addict now? But here's the thing about psilocybin, it is not addictive by nature. It's not biologically addictive. You can't get addicted to it. So I realized what I wanted. I was like, I want to take more, but then I realized I don't want more mushrooms. I want more of me. And I want more of that feeling of freedom and unity. And that's when, like, gosh, I struggled with it for like an hour. Then I realized, okay, so I was feeling like that, and then that led to some actions, like me listening to Baby Shark and stuff. So like, what if I try, in that moment I was so freaking desperate to feel that freedom again, and be like, oh, the floaty feeling, like I'm all good, I'm careless. I was so desperate for that I was like, okay, let me just run an experiment. So I was like, what if instead of the feeling leading to an action, what if I reverse it? What if I do action that leads to a feeling? So I tried it. I put on Baby Shark and it worked. I had all the same effects that I had when I initially took the mushrooms. Like, even the little bit of the nausea in the beginning that came back, I started giggling again. I started feeling like floaty and carefree. This time it was like the tiniest bit less, and I was more aware that like okay, I have the power to do it. It was not the mushrooms that made me do it. They just sort of took away the filter, right? And that was a very big key moment for me, because I'm like, okay, so I didn't go to a place to get that. It's been in me all along. It was just my capacity to feel it and know it and be aware of it and accept it as my own power that was missing, that the mushrooms, uncovered for me. So that was really beautiful, and I'm so glad. And then all of this leading up to the next day was my integration day, where I did not take anything. It was just like me resting, giving everything a rest, my mind, body, soul, giving a rest, and just taking everything and like integrating it. Damn, I can't help myself. You're gonna have to live with it. Well, sometimes I'm gonna say integrating, sometimes I'm gonna say integrating, and it is what it is. So here are some of the points that I got and I integrated. So number one is that joy is natural. It does not have to be earned. And if you get this one thing, like, it's gonna set so many other things in your life straight, because you don't have to justify your happiness, even your right to happiness. You can just giggle for no reason. Giggle right now. Giggle right now. It's so fun, and it's holy, it's sacred. Joy is sacred. You don't have to earn your way through. You don't have to do anything for it. You are joy. And the second one was that I am held. I have always been held. Always. The only thing that changed was my capacity to feel it. That's when I realized in the group hug, okay, I've always been held. Nobody's against me. And the third point was that nothing is holding me back. It's just me. And then fourth was that I'm just God in hoodie and sweatpants. Casual, divine, here to play, have fun, and I got the why. Why? Why God even exists, why we all exist, why things are the way they are, why it had to be like this. And the fifth thing was that money is just energy. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just, I'm neutral about it. And yes, I did not completely take that back with me into like the waking or the not on mushroom state, but it's like at least 80 to 90% there, I would say. Actually even 95 to 95% there. It's not 100%. I'm not 100% all the time neutral yet, but I'm so close to it, and that's a good thing. And I don't have to be scared of it anymore. I'm not afraid of it anymore. And I don't have to justify the joy and the ease and the permission to receive. Like, I just ordered nuggets. I didn't think about it. I just did it. Like, that was one of the things that I wanted to go back to by taking another dose, but I didn't, because I realized it's just me. I can just fucking do it, So yeah. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm gonna unpack the second capsule. And if you hear Baby Shark playing today, maybe that's just God. I can't believe I got to this point in life. Damn, I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, and if you heard any of this and you felt something, just know that you're not behind, you're right on time, and that your remembering is also coming. And if you can't believe it right now, if you can't hold it right now, I'll do that for you through time and matter and space and everything. I got you. I'll hold that line for you. And it is coming. Just know that if you felt something, it is coming in its own time, in its own way. It doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't have to be 10 years from now. It doesn't have to be in the way that I did it. It's gonna happen on its own time, in its own way, and it's gonna be sacred and the best thing ever. Like the feeling that you get, if you compare that to anything that you can feel otherwise, it's uncomparable. You cannot compare it. But anyways, in the next episode I'm gonna go into capsule 2 and everything from there, and then maybe I'll keep doing like each episode on each capsule, maybe like as bonus, or maybe I'll just keep it the main. I don't know what it's gonna be like. That we're just figuring it out. We're winging it here, man. We don't have a plan, let's be honest. But yeah, so tune in for that next week or whenever I do it. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, maybe earlier or like next Tuesday at the latest. And until then, stay happy, stay giggly for no reason, and stay God. And remember, you are not late, you are right on time. My loves.